Folks, we don't look tilted.
Hey, I'm learning. It's only been 2 years, but all right. So
All right, so
he just saw us finish up Champions of Midgard 3-player game.
Who's the
Look
champion?
at the grin on this guy over here.
Who's the champion of Midgard? Who is it?
You're not the worst Viking. I'll give you that.
Not the best one either. See, every once in a while I win a game.
And Mickey was on a hot losing streak
Yeah,
for a while, so he is reveling in
I am
this.
basking really hard because it'll probably be 5 more games before I win again. But anyways, you got to see a good close game, which typically, like, once you have somebody that kind of understands a worker placement, you get those a lot. They come right down to the wire. And as you could see, ours was really, really close. It was a matter of a blame. It was a matter of Jeb scoring one more monster.
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't get the I don't get the big
stuff.
the end game stuff. I get 2 instead of 4. Like all kinds of if. But that's one of the reasons for the keeping some of the stuff secret too.
Yeah.
Particularly the Destinies. And I think mostly the Destinies, but keeping the monsters hidden also because it'd be hard to remember what everybody's acquired in terms of sets. Also, if I remember correctly, there is a Destiny that says kill the most trolls too. So even though they don't count for a set,
right?
They might.
Oh.
They might, other than the fact that you got to toss out blame, they might come into scoring even more heavily later. Anyways, I think go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the key things about that game, Mickey and I have not played Champions of Midgard for an entire year, and the last time we played was our first time playing, and then I think Gary said he might have played once or twice, but that's about it. So the 3 of us do not have a lot of experience with it, but we were able to get that close of a game.
Yeah, and the fact I would also like to point out, since Jeb said that, is it came back just like that.
Yes.
It was really easy to remember as soon as we went over around. It was like, okay, I remember all this stuff. It's just, even though it looks like there's a ton going on, I mean, worker placement games, like once you know the spots and kind of the mechanics, it's just easy. So
I think we only made one big mistake, and I don't know how big that was. It was the first player moving. We thought that it moved, but it doesn't.
We read it wrong.
Yeah, because we remembered if you already have it, move to the left, but that's only if somebody goes to that spot
that owns it, right? So,
I mean, just that one mistake, and we had incorporated 2 expansions. I think that was pretty good for our 1-year attempt. So.
Yeah. So, if you watch the intro, you know how I came about this game. So obviously, since I played it at PAX and went and bought it, and Jeb helped me out with it for a Christmas present, it's pretty easy to know that I give it a big thumbs up. It is actually one of my favorite, even though I've only played it a couple times, worker placement games, because I like worker placement games. I like the dice chucking on this because there is a sense of battle where a lot of times you don't get that because it's just place and get the points, try to block people, and see where you end up at the end of the game. I think this adds a lot of neat elements to it, especially with the mountains and the Valhalla expansion. I think it's just a really, really good. It's definitely up there, especially for lighter worker placements. Again, even though it looks like there's a ton, it really is not a complicated game.
Right. I remember when we walked by it the first time and you were like, oh, I want to get in on this. I looked at the board and I was like, holy crap, you want to learn that? And then we sat down and it was just so simple. It was like place and do.
Yeah, like I almost feel like the guy was overkill teaching us. Like I think he could have moved even faster. I mean, it was at a convention. I mean, I understand.
So he was teaching the people playing plus all the people standing around watching were asking questions.
Yeah, exactly. So in terms of what else is coming? I think we also mentioned that there is supposed to be another Kickstarter for this coming out. I don't know anything about it, honestly, other than it's coming. So I don't know if that means now my mat's going to be obsolete and I actually will have to use a piece of cardboard on the side, or if it's like
they'll bring out a new mat.
Well, they could incorporate stuff that's already on this board.
Yeah.
Or add just new dice and stuff like that. Put in new cards. I think we also mentioned that one of the things that Jeb and I both liked about this the expansions for this game is there was no taking out of other.
Yes, that's one of the things that kills me sometimes, because it's like, when you buy an expansion, you need the core, but I need you to take this and this and this and this out, put these in, and then you're like, well, when I go teach somebody new, now I got to go find all the stuff that I put in, take it out, put the old stuff in. Just so much swapping around.
Yep.
With this, you can just shuffle everything in. And
shuffle it in and go. Lords of Waterdeep's one that you have to manipulate the deck depending on which expansions you're using, because quite honestly the deck will get too big and you might not see anything from the new expansions, which would hurt if you're familiar with the game, which would potentially hurt your secret guy or whatever. It just you actually really do need to reduce some of it. But in any event, really fun in my opinion. I really like this game.
I enjoy it too. I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, grab and it's not just because I've beat Jeb twice in it or anything like that. I mean, that makes
it's once a year too. It's not like I can make these things up during the year to beat him and be like, I gotta win. And no, it's gonna be next year. I'm gonna lose again.
Yeah, and the thing was, he was ahead of me. He thought he had it, and I called him. And I flipped over my last Destiny card, and he go, "Oh, did I pass you, Jeb? So sorry."
At least I didn't get my hopes up this one. Although there was a part of me that was like, I might make a comeback.
It was close.
Only like 3 from Gary, and I think 3 more from Mickey.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Was there anything that we didn't mention?
I think we went over all the.
All right, so you know it's a big winner for me. Who wouldn't like it? People that don't like worker placement,
of course.
But you might be able to get them playing because it's got some battling and dice chucking.
Yeah, I mean, it does add the whole randomized battling kind of stuff to worker placement. So like if you're kind of getting, I guess, bored with just normal worker placement, that's kind of a new feature. I don't know if other worker placements have done stuff like that, but it's something to differentiate it from just placing and getting something.
Oh.
So.
Things not to forget. You love when I say it like that, right? Things not to forget. Whatever. Okay.
First player token does not move in this game. That was our one mistake. Now we're not going to forget it. No. we made that mistake, and now we're like, okay, we'll always remember that from now on. I think food counts as capacity on ships. Just make sure you remember that. Because
remember to put food on your ship.
Yeah, because if it's a capacity 5, it's not put 5 warriors and then some extra food. No, it's
you got to break it out.
Yep.
Follow the order, just like it's the order in this isn't too bad though, because a lot of it is just, I mean, the first phase is just everybody placing, and that's pretty simple. But there is a particular order for the battles, and it starts, as we mentioned, it starts with the hunting ground, and then it moves around the board, ending with the monsters. Yep. So you do need to keep that in mind. I forget which situations actually make it a big deal, but there is an order for that. The other thing is, don't forget, because I think Jeb and, Gary actually hadn't played with the expansion before, but until I did it the first time, I think Jeb had was forgetting these cards.
I definitely forgot
over here.
The first 2 battles.
It's anytime you complete a battle, so if you have 2 battles, you can do it twice or whatever. Yeah. You can go to market up with the Valkyrie blessings, and you can buy as much as you can afford, and or acquire an epic monster if you can pay for that. So don't forget that. These are very powerful cards. They provide, A, most of the time your leader back, and B, they give some pretty good stuff. Like this is 3 of any resource. This is a permanent effect that says when you defeat it, I think it's a monster, you get to take 1 of any resource. And since it's a permanent, that happens every single time you do it. So anyways, yeah, just, I don't know, there's not a whole lot to forget. It's kind of like an order of things.
And then, like, the refilling monsters, like, you don't discard the Burgessers, you don't discard the monsters. I said monsters, but it's enemies. You don't discard Burgessers and monsters, but you do discard the Troll and the Draggers. That's... Once you get a feel of the game, you'll remember that those are the things that happen. That's about it for stuff that I think to remember for me.
Yeah.
The only thing I wanted to say was, having played it with both expansions, me personally, I would not want to play it without them now. Like,
no, me either. I don't think... I mean, if I was over at somebody's house and that's all they had...
if that's all they had, I'd play it.
I would play it, but I would be highly encouraging the whole game. Go buy the expansions.
Yeah, because it adds just so many more things that you can do. Because without the expansions, you don't get the Valkyries and the Burgessers, and you're just kind of like, well, okay. Especially,
I think the dying people for the burial grounds was one of the best things they came up with. That whole element to me is really cool because there's so many different ways for victory points with these two things added in. I don't think you feel like you get stuck. It's like, well, if I can't get that, I know I can sacrifice these guys and now I can buy that. So, well, I might not have got 14 points down there, but I got 14 points up here.
Or I can the leader.
Yeah, the leader
die. Abilities.
So, anyways, just a lot of stuff. I don't have too much more to say other than I really like it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so I think in our last regular episode I said the next one was going to be Dark Moon, but
that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's not happening because we need to get a good amount of people for that, and
it'll happen. We
at
just
some
don't know
point.
when.
But in like the last 6 months since that video, we haven't been able to get it. So that's going to be tabled for a little bit. But I think we're at the point where our regular episodes are just going to be kind of like older games that everybody kind of like knows. So I won't say what the next one is because we don't know what it is yet. So,
anyways.
But other than that, please like, subscribe, comment, ask questions.
Leave a tip.
Yeah, let
We've
us know.
never gotten a tip. Somebody give us a tip. We're not that bad.
And then if you have any games that you want to see, let us know because we will prioritize that. But we don't get those that often anymore.
Not that often.
So you'll have a really good chance. So I think that's about everything. Champions of Midgard. And
that's it. Till next time.
Bye.
See you.
Boards and booze. Booze and boards. With Mickey and Jeb.